Hello student, let me welcome to video lecture on web technology and its applications. In PHP I was discussing about loops in the last class. Let us see alternative syntax for loop in PHP. Uh, Not only for PHP, it is available for all the control structure or all the looping statements. That is the syntax of using colon instead of the opening curly bracket, similar to that of Python, I think, right? The colon is replacing the opening curly bracket. So, but while closing is replaced with the keyword end if, end while, end for each, end switch, with followed by a semicolon. Remember one thing, there is no space in between the and if. That should be continuous. There is no gap between these two words. So we'll see the example here. PHP is started, tag of PHP is started, indicating that the statement is a PHP. If condition is used, then instead of opening curly bracket, colon is used, and PHP part is closed because the statement requires a HTML tags to be included. Once HTML is completed, again if we want to use a else statement, which is a syntax part of the syntax defined in PHP, we have to start with the PHP tag, and it is closed here. And you can just observe colon is used again instead of curly bracket. Again we have a HTML part, and closing of this entire loop is indicated with the end if semicolon instead of the closing curly bracket. So this you can make use it for loop, while loop, for each loop, and switch statement also. So what is for each? I'll explain soon. Here is another concept that facility provided by PHP, I can say. Usually most of the general purpose programming languages give us a facility to include the other PHP files, others already written code, that is for the help of reusability, right? So which is not supported in many of the web programming languages, but it is a unique nature of the PHP which is being a web programming language supports this include files facility, which is helping to include or insert the content from one file to another. So this is one particular file which you can include here, right? So index file is including the footer.inc.php, it is including the database.inc.php. so these files will be added to the respective PHP file. So to do that, and what are the different statements to include this, how to include these files, that we'll see. There are 4 different ways in which you can do this. We have different statements itself. You can just observe. They are include, then space, then you have a file name to be included in double quotes. So apart from this, you can use include once instead of include. You can make use of require once. So what is the difference? We have heard of include, right? What is this require? So what is the difference between include and require? That we'll see first, and then we'll see the once version of these two. The way they behave in the specified file cannot be included is different in case of include and require. When the specified file is present, then we are not able to see the difference in terms of execution. But when it is not available, then include is displaying a warning and continuing the rest of the execution, whereas require is displaying the error and execution is stopped. So when we should use require and when should we use include, which is better to be used? It depends upon the situation or requirement of your code. Like if you want to include a file which is mandatorily required, then you must use require so that error is displayed and execution is stopped if the file is not available. If your program can work without including those files also, then you can choose the option of include, so that a warning is displayed and rest of the execution can continue, right? So then what is include once and require once? So you know that very well that when you are executing any program, the most frequently used data is stored in the cache because it is faster than the main memory, right? And if it is used very frequently. Rather than searching it into the main memory, it can search it into the cache and just take it from the cache itself. So for that purpose, many of the files include files, when we do with the C and all, they are being stored on the cache memory. Whereas if you don't want to store it permanently, don't want to store it in cache, then you can make use of include once or requirements. Then it is not stored in the cache, it is stored, brought to the main memory only once, and immediately after the use of that, it is removed from the memory. So include files are equivalent of copying and pasting. So variables defined within an include file will have the scope of line on which that include will come. Any variable available at that line in calling file will be available with the called file also. If the include occurs inside a function, then all of the code contained in the called file will behave as if it has been defined inside a function itself, right? So then we'll see about functions here. Just with any language writing code in the main function, which in PHP equivalent to coding in a markup between PHP opening tag and PHP closing tag with a question mark, is function in PHP contains a small bit of code that accomplishes one thing. There are two types of functions supported by the PHP. One is user defined, the other one is a built-in function. So user defined function is one that the programmers define. Built-in is one which comes with the PHP environment itself, so that you know very well, right? So the here is an example of a function which returns a value. So there is no need to return also. You can just make an observation here that you have a function return starting with the keyword function. It is not having any return type. And then this is the function name. You have alpha brackets, closing, opening curly bracket. You have written certain date here, though the function is not returning anything. It's not returned. It's not needed in case of PHP also. This syntax is exactly similar to that of our JavaScript function syntax, isn't it? So when it is not having a return value, then also it will work, isn't it? So you have outputter menu. You want to just display everything here itself. So using echo statement, you are displaying some tags, outputs of HTML. This is how it is done here. Calling a function, you can call it similar to the way we do the calling in JavaScript or C as well. Get nice time, echo get nice time, it can be called with the echo statement also. If the function does not return a value, you can just call the function also. Output menu is called. So it is no similar in any other languages also. Parameters are the mechanism by which values are passed to the function. So in order to define function with parameters, you must decide how many parameters you want to pass, what order they should be, and what should be the name of each parameter, right? So here is a function with the parameter $show_seconds. So you are checking if it is true, then you are returning the date. Otherwise you are returning date with the seconds also. Otherwise you are returning date having only minute and hour, right? So thus, to call our function, you can now do it in 2 days. How to call it is, you can call it with this will print seconds, and this will not print the seconds, because you have a provision to pass to this value to this particular function as 1 or 0 only, because you are checking whether it is true or false. So true is indicated with 1, 0 is indicating the false. So these are the two possible ways to call your function. So default values are also supported, right? This you have studied with the C++ and Java, right? This is taking by default 1. If you are not calling with 1, then other value is taken. Calling with any parameter, then this value is taken. So we will see the rest of the details in next class. Thank you.